I'm so excited for this wedding. It is finally going to be happening tomorrow.
That's right. And I know that you've really been looking forward to this, Keegan. Although I didn't think you'd be getting as excited as you have been these past couple of weeks. But I'm glad to see you are that happy.
Of course I'm going to be getting excited about our wedding weeks in advance. And once this is all over with, we can finally get down to business being a married couple.
What? What do you mean get down to business? It's not like things are going to change that much for us once we have this wedding and are married.
Well, I guess so. I was more talking about myself. I'm so happy we moved into our new house so quickly.
Me too. I know that things were a bit stressful for you back when you still had to live at your mom's house. But with the house we have now, it's not in such a bad place for the both of us to be living, and it's not too far from my office. By the way, I'm almost home from work.
Oh, is that right? I haven't really made anything for dinner yet. Can you buy something on your way home then? Then you and I can have whatever you'd find for dinner together.
What? You still haven't made anything to eat for dinner? This is like the third time now of you doing this. I thought we'd already talked about how on days where you don't have to work, you should do the cooking so that we're not spending a whole lot of money on takeout. This week alone, I've been either having to do all the cooking for us or I've been having to get takeout when I'm coming home late.
Well, what's wrong with that? It won't be long before things change for the better between you and I, and we won't have to talk like this anymore. So please, buy us something good on your way home. I'm not in the mood to make anything up for us to eat right now.
What do you mean by that? Are you going to be getting a new job or something?
No, that's not at all what I'm talking about. This just has to do with me. All you have to do is look forward to what I'm talking about, since it's going to be a surprise.
A surprise? What could it be? Well, for the time being, I'll go find us something to eat, and then I'll be on my way home. I should be there soon, so please at least get all the cleaning done that I asked you to do today.
Congratulations on yesterday's wedding. I'm sure you're all tired out now, Allison. But even if you have been very busy lately with things like the wedding, things will only become more tough for you in these coming days. So while you have a little bit of breathing room, please take a break.
Good evening, Conrad. And thank you for getting in touch with me after the wedding. That is very kind of you. I really look forward to what life has to offer now that I'm your daughter-in-law.
No. I look forward to what life has to offer you now that I'm your father-in-law. You have always been the sweetest woman I've known, so please know just how thankful I am for having someone like you come and marry my son. He had been such a selfish pain in my butt, so thank you.
Hey, you don't have to say that. He has a lot of great things about him as well, and that's why we ended up getting married. I understand that he has a sloppy side to him, but from now on, I'll work together with him to slowly fix that.
Keegan is a very lucky man for being able to find such a loving and caring young woman like yourself. And I'm not just saying how thankful I am towards you for taking him, but also taking his super selfish mother.
Excuse me? His mother?
I really have no idea how to explain to you just how thankful I am for what you're doing. If there is anything you ever are having trouble with, let me know. I'll do whatever I can, if I can even do anything. Please take great care of those two.
Hold on a second, Conrad. What do you mean by those two?
In just 2 days, Keegan's mother will be moving in with the both of you, right? I'm really sorry that I had to divorce her so close to your guys' wedding.
What? Huh? She's coming to live with us now? I have been trying to call you for a whole day now, yet you haven't been answering any of my calls, Keegan. Why won't you pick up your phone?
I was just getting some very much needed sleep is all. I slept so well that I won't need to sleep for at least a couple of days now. Did you need something from me? Wedding is over with now, so you shouldn't be needing much right now, right?
I want to know why right after our wedding, you've been dodging all my calls for a day. And what is this about you going with your mother out to a resort and leaving me here at the house all alone right after our wedding? And yesterday, I started to hear some things from your father that I thought I'd never have to hear.
My mom has done everything for me ever since I was a little baby, so I had to show her how thankful I am. I wanted to take her to that resort so that her and I could take some time to relax together. What's so bad about that?
That is not the problem I'm having right now. I told you already that I just wanted it to be you and I living together, right? So why did I hear from your father yesterday that your mother would be coming now as well?
What the heck? Did my dad really have to go and spoil everything like that? I planned to make it a big surprise for you and everything. Well, he wasn't lying to you then. My mom is coming to live with us now. The wedding is all over with now, so it's about time someone's parents, or I guess I should say parent, moved in with us, right?
What? No! I have no idea what you're going on about right now, Keegan. It's only been 3 days since our wedding. We haven't even had a honeymoon or anything yet, and you're talking about having your mother come and live with us? What is going on here? Is this what you meant by things would be getting better after the wedding?
That's right. Because tomorrow my mom is going to be living with us. I'm sure you've been looking forward to this, right? I know you were going on and on about how you didn't want to be living with anyone's parents, but that was all lies, right? I realize that I really need my mom, so that's why she'll be coming. You never have to do anything like cook or clean, so I really need my mom right now more than ever.
And do you know why I'm never cooking and cleaning? Because I'm the one working more hours than you, requiring me to be out of the house a lot of the time. Did you really think it was a smart idea to make a choice like that without even talking to me first?
Huh? That house is under my name.
And? What are you trying to say right now? How does your name being on the house and having your mother come and live with us have anything to do with one another? From the start, I was telling you that I did not want either of our parents living with us. We talked about that plenty of times before we even got married. I thought things were understood between you and I, and that we would be able to enjoy our lives as a married couple together with nobody else around. Does this mean you were never actually listening to what I said?
I actually never said this to you before getting married, but my mom and dad got a divorce.
And I heard about that from your father yesterday.
That's when I realized I need to take care of my mom now. And my mom told me that she wants to support me. So why can't she come to our house and live with us, right? You and I are upstairs, so I was thinking of making the room next to the living room my mom's room. Could you please get all your things out of there?
Are you being serious right now? We put that room together for our first baby when we have kids. Ugh, I can see now that no matter what I say to you, you're not going to listen.
When you're pregnant, we can think about where to put the kid. But right now, my mom is coming to live with us, so we need a place for her. She is in need of a place, so we have to help her.
You're not doing this to help her, though. You're doing this because you want someone else to start doing the chores and cooking for you because you don't want to, right?
It's been a real pain in my butt having a wife around who doesn't do anything for me. Even my mom understands that.
So that's why during our whole wedding, your mom was completely ignoring me and wouldn't even look me in the eyes when I approached her. I was wondering what happened to her, but now I know that she's been deceived.
Well, who cares now? No matter what you have to complain about me, it's not going to matter. This is my surprise present to you, so you're going to have to take it. You always said you didn't want to live with either of our parents, but that had to be a lie, right? And the same goes for me, right? I might have said a thing or two about not wanting my parents to move in with us, but I was lying as well. Tomorrow, my mom will be moving in, so clean out that room.
Then I'll be moving my things out.
Oh? That would be wonderful. I know that you and I were both kidding about not wanting anyone's parents moving in, but I also expect you to put up a bit more of a fight. Thank goodness you are so easy to talk with.
Well, I've already come to the conclusion that no matter what I say, it'll be landing on deaf ears. Now, I'm going to go deal with my things. She'll be moving in tomorrow, right? That means you'll be coming home together with her, right?
That's right. Get everything ready to celebrate my mom moving in. See you tomorrow.
I hope you're looking forward to this. Conrad, what you were saying yesterday was no joke. But I'm very sorry to have to say that I never knew about Keegan's mother moving in with us.
I thought that might have been the case. I was thinking that he went ahead and made the choice to move her in with you both on his own, and totally skipped asking you about it. That's one of the reasons I reached out to you yesterday, to make sure you were aware of what would happen. I thought there would be no way my son could do that to you. But now you had to get all caught up in my son's selfishness, just like I've been. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry for what's happened. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. We went through with that large wedding and everything, yet I'm not going to be able to live with Keegan's mother. And like you've been saying, your son is a very selfish man, and I can no longer put up with his self-centered thought process any longer. I'm sure you don't want to be hearing this from me, and it's strange for me to even be bringing it up to you in the first place.
Oh, listen, it's fine. I have known for a very long time now that you are a wonderful young woman, and so I can completely understand where you're coming from. But my son is not the right person for you, and I've known that for a while as well. He has always lived life being spoiled by his mother, and because of that, he has always thought that he didn't need to do anything because his mother would come to save him. I think that whatever you have in mind will not only teach him a lesson, but bring some joy to me as well.
You think so? Hearing you of all people say something like that actually makes me feel better about what I have up my sleeve.
This is because I feel very bad for you. So if there is anything you need from me, please don't keep yourself from asking me.
Thank you so much. That actually is one thing I'd love to ask for your help with.
Answer your dang phone! What happened to all the things in our house? Why is there nothing in the kitchen and living room? What the hell did you do while I've been out of the house? Why didn't you ask me for permission before doing whatever you've done?
You're the one that never asked me for permission before bringing your mother home, so what's the problem here?
What was that? If you're looking at your phone right now, then you can pick up my dang calls. What the hell has happened to all the furniture and everything in this house?
All of the furniture and everything? That was all my stuff that I brought into the house when we moved in.
What? What the hell are you trying to say right now?
I told you that I'd be taking care of all my things, didn't I? So I went and took care of all my things. Do you have a problem or something with what I've done?
Of course I have a problem with this. I told you just to take care of all your things that were in the room next to the living room, right? Why did you take things like all the appliances in the house and all the furniture as well? Tell me what you are trying to do right now.
Things like all the appliances and the furniture were bought with my money, so there shouldn't be any problems with you, right? I'm leaving that house for good now, so I decided that I'd take it all with me. Am I wrong for doing what I've done?
What? You're leaving for good? You're leaving my house for good? Why are you leaving the house? What do you want to tell me about now? I never heard anything from you before about how you wanted to leave my house. What is going on here, Allison? Who do you think you are, leaving my house without even saying anything first?
I've told you already, Keegan. How many more times am I going to have to tell you? You were the one that started doing things without talking to me first. And I've grown really tired of you doing things like that with me, and this is the outcome of that. That's why I found out that the only thing left there was for me. That's when I figured out that the only thing there was left for me to do was leave. I did what you asked of me yesterday, and that was clean out all my stuff from the room next to the living room. So there should be no problems, right?
But you're leaving my house for good. So that means we won't be living together under the same roof anymore, right?
Nope. Because we are getting a divorce now.
What?
We are getting a divorce, and that is why I had to gather up all my things and get them out of that house yesterday. I had someone who was able to come and help me as soon as I called for them, so we made it all happen like a piece of cake. I can no longer handle being with you, and I will not let your mother or you follow me. The two of you can figure something out for yourselves now. The house is your house after all, right?
No. Are you actually being serious about this right now? What the hell are you talking about, Allison? A divorce? I never heard anything from you about that either.
And I never heard anything from you about having your mother move in with us last minute. If you're going to call that your surprise present to me, then consider this divorce my surprise present to you. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I've enjoyed that present from you. Your father was kind enough to get all the divorce papers in line for me, so make sure you get them from him and hand them in as soon as possible. If you try fighting this divorce or try to do anything weird, you are only going to be wasting both of our time, and that's not very good.
What? What the? You had my dad helping you? You went and brought all of this up with my dad?
I had to, Keegan. Who do you think was the one who helped me get all my things out of your house?
No way. You asked my dad to help you move away and he actually helped you? Why would you even get my dad involved in all this in the first place? And why would he help you?
Because your father was the one who offered me the help. So I just went along with what he was saying and asked that he bring his truck to help me escape. Also, he was the first person I heard from about how you and your mother had been planning for your mother to move into the house without ever talking to me.
Huh? Since when have you and him been so close to where you guys can talk about things like that?
It all started with how he told me how he was happy to have finally said goodbye to his selfish little son. And then after that, he said as a token of his thanks for taking you, he would help me with anything I needed. So he went and asked a friend of his who owns a small moving business to come over to the house and help me move out. Your father came along as well with his pickup truck and helped me with whatever other things I had, and we got out of there. That's why even the heaviest of furniture, like the coffee table and dining table, are all gone.
So you're being serious about this? You really plan to leave this house and me? Why do you want a divorce? And what about my things like the TV and my stereo system? Were you really that upset about me moving my mom into the house with us? She is my very important mom. So why can't you understand how I feel about her?
Come on. I had told you time and time again, even before you and I started dating. I did not want to have to live with either of our parents after getting married, and that was no joke. And as for the TV and stereo system, those are both mine as well. I brought a lot of those things with me from my old place, and then whatever else we needed that I didn't have, I bought with my own money. There's no reason for me to be leaving my things with you, right? Most of it I've already sold in hopes of getting enough money for me to have a decent place to myself. But not all of it sold for as much as I was hoping.
But how the hell are my mom and I supposed to live in this empty house that has barely any furniture or anything in it? My mom finally moved into here today, and now there is nothing for her to sit on out in the living room and no TV for her to watch her dramas on. Don't you at least feel sorry for her?
Would you shut your mouth already, you asshole?
What?
How much more are you going to keep whining and complaining about things, causing Allison all kinds of trouble before you feel satisfied with being a little bitch? How freaking stupid are you? I mean, really? You think you can just get away with doing whatever you want because your useless mother spoiled the hell out of you or something? You don't even work a proper job right now at your age, so what makes you think you deserve any respect from anyone for what you do? I'm embarrassed to think that I'm your father of all people.
Wait, my father? Is that you, Dad?
That's right. I can't watch this happen anymore, because you are so freaking annoying that it's driven me up so many walls.
Hold on a second. Why are you with Allison right now? I have no idea what's been going on here, so please explain this all to me.
You didn't say anything at all to your wife, and decided to move your mother into that house, even though Allison had specifically told you multiple times that she didn't want anyone's parents moving into the house. And then you only first started to talk about it the day before your mother was going to move in, like you could get away with something like that because she's just your mother. Also, I've heard about how you don't have a job right now. Since when did you go and quit your job or get fired from your job? You are nothing more than a worthless leech, you. Not only have you had no job, but you've been asking for your wife to spoil you and won't even bother with things like chores or cooking. And then you started to ask your hard-working wife to do things for you like the cleaning and the cooking, right before bringing your mom into the house, which your wife had specifically told you not to. You are so mentally... I'm crying right now just thinking about how much of a screw-up you've become. How old are you even? Stop acting like a damn child and snap back into reality. God damn it.
What? Why were you told about how I'm unemployed right now? Wait, Allison even knew about it? How did she find out? I made it seem like I was working a job all that time and did everything to make sure nobody would find out I've been unemployed.
But the thing is, you're not very good at lying. Always sitting around the house all day like that does not make for a good cover-up. You really thought I wasn't going to notice you never leaving the house?
Is that you again, Allison? What the hell is going on here? How are you able to find that out?
I just told you, you idiot. And the reason your father had to just butt in there is because he couldn't watch this unfold anymore. He was so upset about what his son had turned into that he took my phone from me and started to tear into you. And that's just how fed up your father and I are with you. Do you understand that now? This is why your father has been helping me.
But why would you tell my dad about how I'm unemployed now? You've gone and made me look like a useless freak.
What? So you've known that you're a useless freak all this time then? Then maybe you should have gone out and found another job, you idiot. But instead, all you did was sit around the house like a sloth, eating chips and watching your movies, never even bothering with the chores I asked you to do. I only let that go on for a little while because you and I had only just married. I'd even thought to myself that maybe, once the wedding was over with, you'd finally get back on track and look for a new job, but you didn't. Instead, you went and started your plan of moving your mother into our house, even though I said no to something like that so many times. Right?
I had no choice, though. My mom only has a little bit of money coming from every month from her Social Security, so she was in need of someone who could take care of her in her old age. And what was supposed to make taking her in pay off was the fact that she'd clean and cook for me. I thought that by having her around it would help you out and that you'd be all right with everything.
Did you just say her Social Security? Keegan, she's not even 60 years old yet. Do you have any idea how old one has to be before getting that?
What? She's not getting money every month yet?
You don't even have any common sense. I'm out of here, man. There's no way a man like you in your 30s has made it this far like that. And now you're talking like you need your mother back because you can't even take care of yourself? What the hell happened to you? Honestly, I don't even want the answer to that one. Just go ahead and leave me alone now. You have that whole house to yourself now to do with what you want. And you can even have your mother sleep with you now upstairs. But beware, you might have the place under your name, but who do you think has been the one paying for it? Me. And now that I'm out of there, you'll have to pay on your own. So good luck with that.
Huh? You're not even going to continue paying for the house?
Are you actually that smooth-brained or something? What the hell? Why the hell would I be paying for a house I don't even live in anymore? Do you even understand what the definition of divorce is? I'll be getting a settlement from you as well in this divorce, so please get all your money together for that.
What? What do you keep going on about? A settlement now? I think you're taking all of this way too far.
I was the one that had to pay for that entire wedding in the end, right? And before we even got married, I had told you at least 10 times that I did not want us living with any of our parents. But you never listened and stabbed me in the back only days after the wedding. This divorce is because of all that, and I will need you to pay me back for a part of that wedding. I want at least half of what that wedding cost me. Your father even said he'll get you to pay, so don't even begin to think that you can run.
What? My dad said that? What the hell is going on? Why is my dad taking your side in all of this? I am his son, his only child. And my mom had to be kicked out of the house by dad as well. You both are the worst. At least give me back all the furniture that you took.
You really think that your father and I are the worst? Because of how useless your mother is, your father had to live a life of hell. I don't want to say anything more about what happened with those two because they're not my parents, but he struggled for a long time dealing with you two. It was also your mother who chose to leave and not your father forcing her out. Your father had nothing to do with that, and he made sure that she had some money in order to take care of herself for a little bit. There you go. You can see now that your father did nothing more than get rid of 2 bad eggs, so stop your complaining.
I'm sure that may be the case, but this is bad for me. Allison, please do not divorce me like this. I don't want to lose you, okay? I want for you, my mom, and I to all get along together and be happy.
I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not your guys' family anymore. Also, your mother was never even family to me from the very beginning. You both do nothing but care for yourselves, and anytime something you do affects other people, you just expect them to deal with it because you guys know you can't be asked to give up something you want for someone else. So to hell with you both. Go and sign those dang divorce papers and then get the hell out of my life. Now, that is it from me. Bye forever. Enjoy your new life with that mother of yours. Conrad, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Because of you and your help, I was able to find myself a new place right away and was able to move into there without any hiccups.
Not even that is enough to thank you for what you'd done by getting my son and ex away from me, and then giving them what they both deserve. But the fact that they caused you that much trouble this time, I am so sorry.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. I hope that by doing what we've done to Keegan, he'll have learned a thing or two and will no longer be a problem for either of us ever again.
Allison, I'm sure after this we won't really be seeing one another anymore, but if there is ever anything, and I mean anything, you need my help with, please let me know and I'll do my best. To me, even if you are leaving my son to be on your own, you are my daughter. Like my daughter, I should say. I'll make sure you get that money you asked for in the settlement, so please relax and take some time to think about what you'll do next.
Thank you so very much for helping me get here, Conrad. If ever there's another chance for you and I to talk or meet, I'll really be looking forward to it. Now, since you and I are both on our own again, let's be careful while making the most of our lives as single adults again. After Conrad went and had a very long talk with his son in private, and a very loud one, I hear, he was able to talk Keegan into signing the divorce forms and giving me the money I had requested. Right now, the divorce has been completed, and I'm just waiting for that money to come into my bank account. It seems that Keegan's mother has some pretty decent debt and was hoping that her son would be able to pay it all off for her. But with the way things turned out for Keegan, she can no longer think about relying on him, and their relationship of being a very close mother and son has turned into two adults battling it out in an empty house every day. I'm sure it really is a sad life to be living, but there's nothing I can do about it, and nothing I'd want to do about it. As for myself and how things ended up with me, I'm still going out with Conrad every so often for coffee. We talk about how our lives have been going after our divorces and about how much more peaceful things are now after getting rid of those children. Are you and your mom going to be getting out of here anytime soon? Why are you both still in this fancy house of mine? I'd like you both out of this house now. You both are disgraces. The thing is, Carmen, I don't think you have any reason to be telling my mom or anyone anything like that. I really don't get how you think you can say that to me when you're both the ones in some stranger's house. This is my house, and yet I'm not able to catch a break with the both of you around. I'm sorry about that, but this place also happens to be my mom's and my house now. Your dad and my mom ended up getting married to one another. So when you think about the fact that we're all family now, you're making a big mistake complaining about us like that. I'm not complaining about you both, though. I am warning you guys. I'm warning you both that it's time to get out of my house now, so how about you start preparing to leave? What do you think you're saying still? If you keep complaining to me like that, I'm not going to bother listening to you. I'm telling you right now, Carmen, you can hate my mom and I all you want, but it's not going to change anything for you now. We are your family now as far as everyone else is concerned. So this way you're behaving, don't you think it's going to draw a lot of people's attention towards you? Let's just forget about all you've said and work together to grow closer to one another as sisters. Huh? Give it up already. You're grossing me out now. I will never, ever, ever think of you as my little sister, Jasmine. I can't even see you as anything else but a crazy stranger who's trying to squat in my house. You also happen to be years younger than me, yet talk to me like you somehow know better? Disgusting. I'm sorry that my way of thinking about this is disgusting to you, but I'm not trying to turn you off. I can just see that you being very against my mom and I living here is only going to make things harder on yourself. So I'd really like it if we all worked together to be happier as a family. And in order for that to start happening, you need to start behaving like an adult, okay? Jasmine, how have things been going between you and Carmen? Do you feel that the both of you can get along well? Not at all, Mom. Not only is it hard for me to understand what she's going on about, but she doesn't seem to like the thought of me at all. By now, I don't think her and I can become close to one another at all. But don't worry, I'll figure something out. You know I'm worried after hearing that, though. If I weren't around anymore, then what would happen to you guys? There are all kinds of things I'm worried about right now, and one thing is being worried about you two. What? Why are you worried about things like that, though? There's no way someone like you won't be around. It'll be a very long time before you're no longer around, so I'd stop your worrying and just focus on your new husband and family. Jasmine, remember that there's no telling what'll happen in the near future. If we keep living life not being prepared for the worst, then it's going to swallow us right up and leave nothing behind. Well, I'm sure one could see things that way. But right now, you shouldn't be all that worried about things. I'll be all right with what's going on right now. I'm sure you will be too. Well, if that's what you think, then okay. How about we focus on talking about the company now? Did you get to talk with Luke? Yes, I was able to. Luke may be super young, but he is a very good listener and makes sure to account for everything when making his next moves. We were both able to get on with our talks about what'll happen next. And in the end, we were both able to come to an understanding. You will be totally fine going to school and staying there for a while. All right. I'll make sure to learn everything I can in college, and I'll do everything I can to become very useful to the company once I've graduated. But also make sure you have a little bit of fun while you're there. I know you're a very serious young woman, but learn to relax a little as well. All right already. Sorry that me being serious is always worrying you. Thanks for the update, Mom. It sounds like your mom got into a bad accident, huh? Dang. I guess that was the fate she had destined for her, huh? My mom has stopped breathing now. What? Are you kidding me? Huh? Why the hell are you laughing right now? How the hell can you laugh about what's happened to my mom? My mom just frickin' died. Do you have any idea what you're joking about right now? I never actually thought something like that would happen. I was a bit shocked just then to hear you say that. Well then, this means really soon here you will have to leave the house, right? Things are happening just the way I wanted them to. Perhaps one could say that I'm good at telling the future. What the hell are you going on about? I do not have it in myself right now to sit here and watch you send out such gut-wrenching crap as that anymore. Aren't you 24 years old or something? How have you made it this far in life, yet still not learned how to talk and act around someone that just lost their own mother? Do you find joy in making other people's anguish even worse for them, to the point that they can feel their heart falling apart inside their chest? Not really. I'm not really thinking too much about your mom anyway. You both are just strangers to me anyway, so why should I care how you feel now? Even if I am, you should still be aware not to say things like that to a stranger while they're going through some of the most heartbreaking moments in their life. I can't wait to finally have this stranger out of my house, and then I can go back to living with just my older brother Luke and my dad again. You really are the worst. I'm done talking to trash like you. From now on, consider your chances of talking with me very slim. Now leave me alone and go find someone else to mess with. Will do. And you hurry up and get all your things ready to be out of my house. I want you to vanish right before my eyes. Shut the hell up. I told you things need to happen as I say. Now hurry up and leave. I am shocked. No, not even shocked. I am dumbstruck by what you've done. How dare you come into my mom's funeral today and yell at me about being a complete stranger to you and that I need to leave now? There has to be a limit to your absurdity, right? Do you have any clue what you've just done to Dad by screaming like that? Huh? Please don't be calling my dad your dad after everything that's just happened. You have no idea who my dad is, so why don't you just get lost already? He's like a foster parent to me, making him my dad. I understand that you don't like me being in your dad's large house right now, but what you just screamed about at the top of your lungs at my mom's funeral, that was unacceptable. You've just gone and made Dad beyond embarrassed by what you did. Although I'm sure you can't tell that because you're so self-centered. Anything is worth doing what I did as long as you are out of my house. Ever since you came into my house, my older brother has been all over you, even though all you are is that bratty child your mom brought with her. Why does everyone want to care about you so much? Because they can see just how much of a jerk you are towards me. They're all worried about what'll come next from you, and that's why they care. Shut up! I don't care anymore. Now, get the hell out of my life already. Having to waste any more of my time around you is really starting to get on my nerves now. I feel the exact same way, Carmen. You have no right to be living in my dad's mansion anymore. My house. Really? You still continue to think that? How confident of you. Of course. I'm the daughter of this household and I know everything about it. That also means that this house is mine for the taking. And since your old hag of a mother is 6 feet under now, it's time for you to get the hell out. A non-related stranger like you has no right to be in this house any longer. Get out.
Then I guess we're all going to have to leave.
What?
I've been thinking for a long time now that it's been close to that time when you need to start supporting yourself for once. So it's time for both you and Luke to get out of here and live on your own. And I'll have to leave myself, so that'll be all 3 of us moving out. Have you gotten all your things ready to leave yet, Carmen?
What are you talking about? Stop trying to talk like my dad now. And since when did Luke have anything to do with this?
I just so happen to be your father, Christopher.
What? Dad? Why are you texting me from Jasmine's phone?
you call me your dad, when really, I'm just your foster parent.
Dad, foster parent, what are you going on about? What's going on here?
The only reason I've never brought this up with you is because you act like such a child for an adult. But this time, you really took things too far with all you've said to my little Jasmine. That's why I'm going to choose this timing, to tell you the whole truth about who you really are. The truth is, neither you nor Luke are related to me by blood. And actually, I'm not sure who your real parents are.
What? What does that mean?
It means exactly what I said. I know that I told you in the past that your mother had died before you could truly know her. But in reality, I never knew your real mother either. I just went to the foster home, where I found you and Luke.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dad. Are you sure that's the truth?
That's right. So if we're going to act on what you've been saying to Jasmine, that would mean that all of you have to get out of this house, because none of you are related to me.
Wait, stop saying all that crazy crap. If you have all of us leave this house, then what am I going to do? What's going to happen to me then?
I don't know. You're going to have to learn to fend for yourself. You were saying that those who are not blood relatives to the family have to leave this house. So that includes you. And I no longer need to think about you as my daughter.
Wait, Dad? I never said any of those with that kind of intent. You understand what I'm saying, right? I think you just got the wrong idea for a second there. Dad seems to be on the move now with his plan. Now, have you learned the repercussions of what all you were saying earlier? I'm sure you could never learn such things since you're such a freaking idiot. But I just thought I'd ask since you're wanting to act like a little jerk. Now, could you stop screwing around? I meant everything I was saying to you, and I want you to stop screwing around with me now. What the hell were you doing, forcing my dad to say such things about my brother and I to me? I never thought that I'd have to hear words like that coming out of my own dad's mouth at a time like this. Was he being serious about all of that? Am I really a filthy foster child or something? And does that mean that Luke and I aren't even related to one another? That's what it seems like, Carmen. Therefore, you and I are one and the same now, right? Our dad's been in serious pain after just losing his wife like that in a serious car accident. And you just came out of nowhere today screaming the most heartless things to me at the top of your lungs. I don't think he's ever going to forgive you for doing that. What? But up until now, I've been my dad's #1 daughter, and he's done so much for me. How the hell could something like that happen so suddenly? It feels like I'm being stabbed in the back by him now. It's all because of you that my family is falling apart now. The one who started to cause this family to fall apart was you, Carmen. This is what happens when you don't work together with the rest of your family to try and make things enjoyable. Since you've decided to be so selfish, you've gone and ruined things for everyone now. As Dad is saying, he's selling the house. What? Why would he do that? He had a lot of memories in that house with my mom, and now that she's gone, he no longer wants to live in there with someone like you. There's no point in being around someone as horrible as you. No! There are plenty of points as to why he should still want to live here with me. I need to live here with him. If he sells the house and has me forced out of it, I'll become homeless and have no idea what to do. And like you, I don't even have a job or anything right now. And like you, don't you dare start comparing yourself to me. I'm going to college now, and I plan to be there until I can graduate and take over my mom's company. And I'll have you know that since I first started high school, I've been working at my mom's company as an intern to learn about the real world and make some extra money. Huh? Are you serious? You've known that my mom has been the CEO of her company, right? I've heard little bits about all of that. Well, like I said, that company is going to become mine. So right now, I've been putting in a lot of effort studying for such a high position. I wanted to work for her for a bit at the top, but now that she's gone, I'll have to do everything myself now. But luckily, before I get to that point, Luke is going to be stepping in to support the company and me. Which means while I'm still in school, I'll also be taking time to work with him to make sure I can learn literally everything in order to keep the company going when I take over. Huh? Why would my brother be getting involved in any of that? Are you after Luke now or something? That's why you never got out of this house. Why would I ever be after him? Come on now. To me, Luke is like a hero of mine. He's a very well put together man and is completely different from everyone else his age. So different, in fact, that he's like an alien to you. What the hell? Are you trying to pick on me now? Well, as a matter of fact, that is me picking on you. But I shouldn't waste my time doing that now. I have to really focus on what all I need to work on and study next while Luke is going in and making sure the company stays upright. He's going to be leaving his job soon as well and becoming an employee for my mom's company in order to be there full-time and put all his energy into it. My mom and him had plans for if something like this were ever to happen, and luckily they had agreed on everything that needed to be done. So that company is going to be just fine for now. I never had any idea that stuff like that had been going on. I didn't even know that Luke, of all people, was that invested into your guys' relationship and everything. That's because all you've done with your life is sit around the house all day, wasting all of Dad's hard-earned money on games and online shopping. All you've ever done is what you've wanted to do, and not a single thing else. That's why you never knew anything was going on with us. That's why you couldn't even tell that you're not your dad's real child. So what? We've had the money to do whatever we wanted to with it, so what's wrong with me wanting to use it all up to do what I want? What I'm saying is you never did anything for the family. You never even did anything to benefit yourself, and that's what's about to bite you in the butt now. You're about to be kicked out of the house, and how exactly are you going to be able to live on your own? I'm really worried about that, but you're in the same boat as me now, right? I've been planning to leave the house for a while now since I'm going to college out of town, so I've already signed the lease on a small apartment for myself. So I'll be moving there soon and begin my studies. I'll also be getting some money from my mom, and Dad will be willing to stay in touch in case I ever need anything. Why is my dad going to help you out, even though he's choosing to throw me away? Something like that can't be happening, right? I've been his daughter for a lot longer than you have. This is not a problem relating to how long either of us has been his daughter. Nobody knew that my mom was going to be passing away that quickly in an accident of that caliber. But my mom had plans for things like this because she was always worried about what would happen after she was gone. She made sure to think about myself, about Luke, about Dad, and that's why we've all been thinking about her as well. But because you never did anything with yourself besides complain all the time about my mom and I, and would just spend all your dad's money, nobody's put any thought into what'll happen with you next. You poor, poor thing. Who are you calling a poor thing? Are you really calling me that right now? You're an idiot. Talking down to me like that of all people? This is how things have turned out for someone as hopeless as you. And I think this is the perfect ending for you. What am I supposed to do from now on? If I'm really abandoned by everyone, I'll be screwed. Say something to my dad. Tell him that it's not right for him to abandon someone like me. It's because of you that all of this is happening to me after all. So you have to do that for me in return, right? Screw you. Are you really 6 years older than me? Or did the foster home you're from just tell Dad the wrong age? I can't believe this. You have to be in elementary school still if you think you can blame some stranger for your problems and then ask them to save you after throwing a fit. I'm done talking to you. If you want his help so bad, then how about you go and tell him he's wrong for leaving you? Because I'm finished with all your BS. I have had it up to here taking care of such a baby like you. You don't have to say that. The three of us are leaving the house and we'll continue to talk to one another like family because we are family. But not one of us has room in our hearts for a spoiled baby like you anymore. And out of the three of us, I'm the most likely to kill you if I ever come across you again after what you said about my mom's death. Back then, things were a little bit different. You don't have to get all upset with me about what I was saying then. You and I are still sisters, right? Let's be friends again. Now? Are you serious? I had asked you many times before my mom passed to be friends, to the point I can't even count them anymore. I just wanted to be kind to one another, even if it wasn't how we truly felt on the inside. But every single time I asked, the only thing that came out of your mouth were insults, and then you telling my mom and I to leave. All of that when none of us besides my mom and I had been related to one another by blood. Back then, I had no idea about the truth regarding my family, so how was I supposed to care about what I was saying? I'm saying sorry now, aren't I? Let's be kind to one another now, all right? I don't want you in my life anymore. I'm going to block your number now. What? I guess things really are going to happen just the way you'd been hoping. We're all going to be leaving that house. But it's not just me this time, but all of you as well, right? I guess you're not that good at telling the future after all. Goodbye forever now. Good luck living on the streets, you frickin' bitch. And how about while you're out there, you learn what it's like to be an adult? And just like that, I had no more patience inside me for Carmen, and I blocked her number as well as all her social media accounts. Then my dad went and sold the house to one of his friends, and that forced Luke and Carmen to have to leave the house as well. Carmen ran crying to her dad, telling him not to throw her away, but the last thing he had to say is that a monster like her was not his daughter, which drove the point that he wasn't joking around deep into her rotten heart. After we had all moved out, we continued to still talk to one another and help each other out like family, only this time without the annoying whining of that bratty girl Carmen. I was able to safely move into my new apartment with one of my friends, actually, where we'll be sharing this place while studying for 4 years at college. Luke was able to find himself a house closer to the company my mom was in charge of before her passing, and has now started his new job there as the COO while the company makes plans for me to become the next CEO. Thankfully, Luke has told me that he won't be making any major changes to the company while he's in charge, and that he will always talk with me first to get my opinion on things if he does have to do something. And as for my dad, he was able to find a new place in town, much smaller than the house he sold off, but just right for a single man like himself to enjoy. His heart really was destroyed by not only losing his wife, but also having to hear all those words out of someone he assumed was his daughter's mouth. As a way of thanking him for everything he'd done and to keep him from becoming lonely, Luke and I went out and got him a puppy that he can now take care of. And then we have Carmen. I haven't heard much else about her after we left that house, but what Luke has told me is that he got one call from her, and she was calling him from a payphone since her phone had broken and she had no money for a new one. There she was, crying and begging for him to help her out with some money because she was tired of having to sleep under a bridge every night, but Luke said not a single word and chose to hang up on her. She was the one that decided to never grow up any while living in such a fortunate household, so this was the only path she had laid out ahead of her, and she'll have to walk it forever now.
Hi, Evan. It's Tom. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, what's your question?
I haven't heard any progress about the project you're working on right now.
Oh, sorry, I'm working on it now. I got the edited document from you like 10 minutes ago, so I need to make changes.
You're still working on it? Seriously?
Yes, I mean, I could have finished it during work hours if you gave it to me a little earlier.
Okay, and? Are you blaming it on me?
No, I'm not.
This is what happens when you don't check everything beforehand. You are so useless.
I did ask everyone to see if they needed help with anything, including you.
You need to double check. I'm always busy unlike you, so I was probably not paying attention.
Sorry to say this, but you were looking at golf clubs online.
That's because I need to go golfing with the head of our business partner this weekend.
I didn't know about this. I should have been receiving emails from them too.
I got a call from them today, and it's just going to be the two of us.
I see. Anyways, I'll get it done by today. What time do you want this done by?
Within 3 hours.
Okay, I'll try and get it done within 2 hours.
Make sure you don't stay that long.
Why?
You're wasting electricity. It's not free, you know. Should I charge you for that?
Why only me? There are other people here also, and to be honest, I don't want to work overtime either.
You don't want to work in general, huh? Also, you are saying that you don't want to work overtime, but you probably leave some work undone on purpose so you get paid more, because the payment is better than your working hours.
Can you please listen to me first before you make that statement? I'm in charge of 3 big projects, so there's no way that I can finish all of it during work hours. So that's the reason why I need to work overtime. It's not because I get paid more, okay?
I shouldn't have hired an incompetent person like you in the first place. I need to talk to HR about this.
Why would you need to talk to them about me?
Because you're a loss for the company.
Really? I think I'm making a profit for the company.
How? You're working overtime on purpose, and you just chat with people during the day.
That's because I'm helping people with their work. I don't want to waste my time talking about things that aren't related to work.
Yeah, that's an excuse. You need to work extra hard if you still want to be here.
Actually, I think I'm the only hard worker here in my department along with Brian.
I have no clue what you're saying, but since you work under me, I will force you to work for the hours you wasted.
Including lunch hours?
Of course. I eat lunch at my desk while doing work, unlike you, who goes out to eat. Why don't you try to be like me? I'm a competent person who gets work done early and leaves work every day right after working hours.
I think I already worked those lunch hours by working overtime. Also, I don't mind you leaving after working hours, but can you at least explain to the other people about the project and whatever editing you did that day instead of yelling at me? I have too much things to do.
It's not enough. Excuse me? When did I yell at you?
You yell at me every day.
I'm just lecturing you.
No, you're targeting me. You just don't like me going home after working hours, right? I know because you assign me work 5 to 10 minutes before I end my shift. I'm doing too much work, so I would appreciate it if you could divide some work to other people in the team, like Brian. He's a hard worker and sometimes helps me with the projects I'm working on.
You got some damn nerve to say something like that, even though you don't work. Brian works hard unlike you, so stop complaining and work, okay? Don't be on your phone.
You texted me first, and I'm just replying to your texts.
Do you want me to fire you?
Why all of a sudden?
Because it seems like you want to argue with me all the time.
I'm talking to you normally, you just think that way. I actually don't have a problem quitting.
You don't need to act tough. I know that you're panicking now. LOL.
I'm not. Now please excuse me, I have work to do. The next day... Hey Brian, sorry for texting you after your shift, but can I ask you for a favor?
Hi, Evan. Sure. What's up?
I don't feel too well lately, so do you think that you could help me with the projects?
Of course. Wait, were you doing everything on your own?
Yeah, because Tom told me to take care of it.
Why didn't you ask me?
I didn't want to bother you, plus I thought that I could do it on my own, but my body is telling me to give up and ask for help.
Hey, don't say that. Let me help you. I don't want you to collapse.
I'm doing my best not to let that happen. Thank you, Brian. You're the only one in the department that I can count on.
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that you trust me. Actually, why doesn't Tom ever help you?
I do ask him, but he says the same thing every time. I'm busy preparing documents for the meeting or meeting with someone from our business partners. This time he says that he's going golfing with the head of one of our business partners.
What? He said that he's going on a golfing trip with a Hooters girl this weekend.
What? Seriously? Wow, he lied to me.
Yeah, he's trash. He makes excuses so he doesn't need to do anything. He even watches YouTube videos which he calls educational videos when it's sports and short clips of movies. He said that by watching those, he can brainstorm how to market the company, but it doesn't have anything to do with our industry.
He doesn't take his job seriously. Hey, but at least he likes you, though. He really hates me, and it's stressful hearing him yell every single day.
OMG, I hear him every day before I leave the company. Sorry for not being able to help you. He has no right to yell at you like that. He doesn't understand that all of the projects are successful because of you.
It's okay. I don't listen to him anyway. Don't worry. He'll face problems someday.
True. It's just a matter of time, LOL. Anyways, let's meet up tomorrow to discuss what I should help you with.
Thank you so much for helping me, Brian. Talk to you tomorrow.
No problem. See you tomorrow. Take a good rest tonight.
A few days later...
Evan, get your ass to work. Where the hell are you? You're late.
What? You didn't hear anything? Were you at the meeting this morning?
No, because I don't need to attend. I just came in now.
I never heard of a boss who doesn't attend a meeting. Anyway, I need to be hospitalized for a week because of my chest pain and severe headaches. I think it's because I've been working too hard. I'm sorry for your inconvenience, but would appreciate your cooperation.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're taking off from work for a week just for that reason?
This can lead to a heart attack or stroke. It's pretty life-threatening.
You are going to cause a problem for the company again. You're probably lying.
No, I'm not. I'm actually hospitalized right now. I was carried to the hospital yesterday.
That's just an excuse because you don't want to come in for work, right?
Please don't say that. It's not. This is what happens when you work too much. I would appreciate it if you could work things out so our other employees don't have to go through this.
Why would I listen to a person who slacks off during work?
You don't need to be that rude, you know.
Who's going to do your job then?
I asked Brian because I thought it was easier to ask him than you because he's helped me with some of it.
Wow. I feel so bad for Brian because now he needs to take over your work you probably haven't done.
Actually, we're almost done preparing for the 3 projects.
Hey, if you have time to text now, can you come to work? I bet you are grabbing coffee somewhere, so come to the office immediately. Don't leave your work to Brian.
What?
You heard me. You will get fired if you don't come in within 30 minutes.
I just told you that I'm at the hospital now, so I can't go.
Stop lying.
I'm not. I can send you pictures, but I know that you'll just say that I picked up the pics from the internet, so I won't do that. Now, will you excuse me? It's almost time for me to do a few examinations, so I need to go. A few hours later...
You didn't come, so you're fired.
What?
I gave you 30 minutes, but you decided not to show up. It's fine because we don't need someone who doesn't want to work here.
Oh my god, do you ever listen to me? Do you want me to send you screenshots of the conversation we had 30 minutes ago?
You don't need to because it's a waste of time.
You should listen to people because it can be something important, you know?
I do listen to people, but not you. I will get started with your retirement process, so you don't need to come in from tomorrow, okay?
Wait, I didn't submit my resignation letter yet. Plus, you don't even have the authority to fire me.
Yes, I do. I will fire you for lying. About the resignation letter, I wrote it for you.
What? That's illegal.
So, who cares about that? I submitted it and it's already accepted, so you're done. Don't ever come back.
Wow, I don't even have a word to say.
Appreciate me that I did it for you.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you. I wanted to quit anyway.
I bet that you're going to be crying later on, lol.
I think that you'll be the one who's gonna cry. Are you 100% sure you want me gone?
Yes.
Okay then, I don't care if you face problems later on. Bye. A few days later...
Why aren't you picking up? I've been calling you many times.
What do you want? I'm busy.
Busy? You're probably doing nothing.
Why are you still rude even after I quit?
Come to the office right now. It's an emergency.
What?
You're not fired, so if you come and apologize, I will forgive you and let you work here again.
Is your brain made out of Fruit Loops or something?
Excuse me?
You're the one who fired me. Let me guess, you still can't do anything without me, right?
Yes, so just shut up and come to work. We're in trouble.
Of course you are, because I was in charge of almost all the projects. Brian helped me, but he doesn't fully understand everything. Now, do you realize who you fired?
I didn't expect for this to happen. Why is this happening?
Well, let me see. You made all your coworkers do all the projects without explanation, and while you were watching YouTube videos and shopping online, reported everything as your credit, even though it wasn't, and yelled at people all day, every day, and leave the earliest.
Damn! Shut up! Being a boss is tough and stressful.
You weren't even doing anything. What are you talking about?
Yes, I was. You just didn't know.
Oh, and looks like you had a date with a Hooter girl this weekend when you said that you were gonna go golfing with the company's business partner.
What? Who told you?
I'm not gonna tell you. You not arguing back means that it's true, right?
Hey, shut up and just come back. I know that you're in some kind of trouble because you are not working right now, right? I could go talk to the HR and cancel the resignation.
What trouble?
Money-wise and mental health issue. You probably lost your confidence and feel lonely now, right?
I don't have those problems because I already found a new job.
What? New job?
Yeah, I now work at my friend's company. He originally approached me, but I turned it down because I wanted to challenge myself to work at a big company. But it wasn't what I expected, so I thank you for making me quit the company.
Why did you find a new job without my permission? I never allowed for you to do that.
I don't need your permission because it's my decision. Anyway, I wanted to work somewhere else, so I have nothing to do with you.
Are you seriously not coming back?
Yes, do you not understand what I just said?
We are panicking now. Please. I will apologize from the bottom of my heart. Do you not care about us?
You're just saying that to save yourself, right? I will not accept the apology, and I don't care because I don't have anything to do with you or the company, so deal with it by yourself. I thought you said that you were a competent person.
Please don't say that. If we get into trouble, I will be responsible for everything.
Yeah, and? Are you gonna run away from this? Maybe you should experience this once. Why don't you go and talk to someone else about this? If there is anyone, though.
I asked everyone, but they all said that you're in charge.
Well, sorry, but I'm busy now and I don't have time to read it over or something.
I did, but I don't understand anything.
Proves that you weren't doing anything and didn't bother to check the project beforehand. Looks like you were the one that was at a loss for the company. Bye, scumbag. After the incident, since I had no reason to go back, Tom panicked and didn't know what to do. The project failed and it resulted in financial loss and a bad reputation. The company was furious about this and also found out what he'd actually been doing during his working hours, and the fake resignation letter that he created. The company demanded compensation and fired him, and now he's in debt. He doesn't know what to do and is homeless now, feeling miserable, but since it's his own fault, I don't feel bad for him at all.